All right, Alico 3, let's get to this one. PSA order. Let's see what they, the type of service level this one was. It says grading economy, shipped at the end of April. It's been back for a little bit, but I just hadn't gotten around to filming it. 35 cards or so. We can start with basketball. It's a thicker card, so the expectations weren't too high on this one. Sweet spot Durant. I was thinking 7 or 8. That's it's got a 299 print. 2007. I don't know what these are worth now, but I bet this card's worth like $100, maybe 150. But Tatis Gold, mint 9. It's a big hit on this order. That's the finest gold. It's sick. To 50. Rogers Aspirations, 72 of 90. This one was sitting. I think I had in the store listed, and it's got a little thing right here on the edge. See how? But this is a die cut though, so these die cuts often have issues like that. But it's got almost like a little wrinkle on the surface. So I know PSA can grade those tough sometimes. So I was thinking maybe a 7, but it got 8. So it did a little better than I thought. We can't do an order without one of these, right? The Spa Moss, so the streak continues. I've gotten 2 or 3 SGC 10s, but I've never gotten a PSA 10. So Future Watch, 2000 print. There's a big hit right here. This Bowman's Best Manning. That's the 7B, so the different photo than the 7A, obviously. But that one got a 10. Still an $800 card, $900 card right here. This Star Rookie. I know the raws have fallen to like 250 or so. For a while, the raws were like $500 on this card, but the entire market kind of took a beating. This card was no exception, but still, a mint 9, respectable card. Great card if you just want a basic Brady, although it is somewhat limited. Definitely tougher than the Bowman. I'm gonna let SGC take a look at this one, because it just looks like a 9 to me. This is the row 3 Legacy. That's from 98. So that the print on that's 100. That's how they did the Legacy collections. Topps Chrome. This one got an 8. The refractor. This is one I had on the sheet marked as a 10. I thought it looked great. I don't know what this is worth. I would say 2,700. I'm just throwing out numbers, but for most of these cards, I'll post prices because there's going to be some pretty active market information on a lot of these cards because they're pretty established, well-known cards that sell a lot. This is one I had this as a 10. So it's just as nice as a 10 I have at home. And what I was looking at was the spacing from his name here on the top. It's got good spacing. The bottom looks great. The right to left is on point. If you tilt it this way, a lot of these glossies have these surface print lines. This one didn't have it, and the back looked really good. There's a little white right there, but if you ever notice Fleer 89, they all pretty much have some white from how they were cut. But I still think this card is an example of a 10. So what we'll do is snap it and Just send it to Boca. Maybe that'll be a 10 in a future video. It's gonna at least get 9.5. I thought this Chubb had a chance too. It was a tweener. So Chubb Gold, 4 of 10. That's a good card. I think I bought that raw for like 600. You got the Pujols SPX. This one looks pretty good. That's on card. That's got a good auto on it too. Some of those are faded, I've noticed with that card. Bo Bichette. This is the 499, so pretty cool Bichette here. Mint 9. One of those uncirculated box topper cards with this Fitzgerald, and they used a weird print of 279, but this Fitzgerald got an 8, which I think that's what I thought it was. I can't remember what the issue was, but it just looked like an 8. But still a respectable card. Good copy. This Tomlinson. This was like a GAI 9.5, I think, or something. But had that little white there, and then a little white on the back. So I mean, I didn't think it was a 9.5. I thought it was an 8.5 plus. But the front's so strong that I can kind of see how they gave it a 9, and they don't use the 8.5 much. So they were either going to give it an 8 or a 9, and it got a 9. So every once in a while you get a break your way. Here's a Topps Moss. Your certified autograph issue from Topps on card. Photo imposed image, of course, with the starter uniform. But mint 9 on that one. So, you may ask, what was the grading fee per card? 45, I think. So, I mean, I was pretty selective. Yeah, $45 a card. So, I mean, that's expensive. Crazy expensive. Compared to what I'm used to. This Ultra's really clean. This go online and try to buy one of these raw, and you tell me what you come up with. You're going to be getting 5s to 7s all day long on the Ultra. You got your Cal Contenders. Print on this, I believe, is 525. This is one I thought was a 9. Elite. Somewhat difficult to get a 9 on this card because of these back edges where it's just always chipped white. But this one did well. I don't think I've seen it. I've probably seen a couple 10s of this card. The pop's got to be under like 20 or 30 though. I'll have to check that out. But Elite Brady comes in with a 9. And then this Breeze, I'll have to see what grade I had for this. I thought I had this a little higher, but there might have been something going on with the surface that you can't really see when it's encapsulated. But the refractor, the awkward looking superimposed image. I've never been a big fan of this card just because the image is so bad. And it looks like he's running the option or something. I've always preferred the Topps Chrome one. Even when I first started buying that card back in like 2003. What is this? This black had some issues. It's actually pretty fortunate to even get a 7. Surface. It's kind of hard for you guys to see everything that's going on with these cards when I'm just holding them in front of the camera and you can't really get a close-up look. But like if I just showed you this, it looks like a really good 7, doesn't it? But there's some stuff going on because I didn't have it marked higher than a 7, 5, or 8. The gold. So I'll have to take a look at this one. Let me just. Yeah, I thought it was an 8.5, so that's good. That's fine. Last time it got PSA 7, so it looks like it was one that I resubmitted. I thought they undergraded it, but the Ultimate Collection Gold gets an 8. This card's not overly difficult. It's somewhat hard to get a 10 because to avoid any chipping on the back after 24 years is kind of tough. But this one looked good. So 2 of those we've seen. We've got like 10 left or so. SPX Blue. 250 print on the breeze on your blue. This, I can't remember what I thought this medallion was. It's kind of like floating around in there. It looks awkward. I can't really get it to move either. That looks bad. I thought this had a chance at a 10, just because the back's pristine and the front has minimal to zero issues. So I might just, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with that card. It looks really good for a 9 though. These optic hollows, you know, a card like this, ultra modern, signed auto, it's probably worth just a tad under raw. You know, and of course you get the 10. People freak out when they see the 10 on the label, but I mean, this card easily could have gotten a 10 too. So the Burrow autograph hollow to 99. It's a neat card though. This upper deck graded got a 10 though, so that's a 500 print. Probably worth about $1,000, that card, I would say. Just guessing. Here's a Bowman. This one got an 8. All right, next up, I would say the most valuable card in the order. The Ovechkin Young Guns in a 10. This was a Beckett 9.5 fake. Fake, when I say fake, I mean it had a 9 subgrade. So I thought it had an outside shot. Rolled the dice. Got a 9. Oh well. Here's a legacy. These legacies are tough. It seems like they're automatic 8s. But I thought this was a 9 as well. So I'm gonna stay with my conviction on this card. We'll get it sent down to Boca. Get a second opinion. After all, these are just quick opinions. Graders are rushed. You know, they got orders to get through. Just throw probably, what, 20 seconds a card, maybe 30 at the most. Cards like this should get a little more time. I'd say closer to a minute. Peyton Manning row 0, 250. Just classic card here. Now, the only thing that could make this card better is if it was Legacy to 100. And then, of course, I believe they did Masterpieces this year. I can't remember. I don't think I've ever seen one, but I thought they did them. We did well on these breezes. I think these were bought raw. It's tough to just buy a card like this raw and get a 9. So we saw blue. Here's gold. Some people call it red. You can call it whatever you want. But there's the Breeze 9. Paramount Brady. A card I thought had a chance at a 10. Tweener card. Could definitely go either way. One of the cleaner ones I've probably ever sent in. These Paramounts aren't the toughest, but for the most part when I buy them raw, they're 7s and 8s. But this one looked like a 9.5 or so. Scratched, off-centered, numerous issues on this one, but it's probably fair as an 850. That's a prospect, and let's do these last 3. Yeah, this one got an 8 last time, but I thought it was a 9 the whole time. So Sign of the Times, and then we've got this refractor. Again, a couple of these Kens, I honestly don't know what else you would want on cards like this. These are typically off-centered pretty bad. To me, this one has the centering to warrant being in the 10 range. It's got the smallest dimple right there, but I don't think that's enough to really detract a card. But if that's the thing with the whole 9 and never mind, this one got an 8. So an 8, I was thinking it was a 9 because it looked so nice. So yeah, this is one I definitely reconsider sending in. Yeah, that was I was thinking it was a 9. Didn't even look at the grade. I just was looking at the card. But yeah, so that's a card that was the head scratcher of the order. But whatever. Next card, last card. Finish off with this Chrome 8. You know, and these cards are kind of tough just because centering and surface dimples and scratches. Again, this one looks really good in the slab. Could almost, I mean, it looks really clean. But it got an 8. So, I mean, the order was pretty good. We saw a few 10s, right? Here's all the slabs, Breeze and Vic on the top, but fun order. Maybe I'll shoot a cool thumbnail with stacking the slabs like I've done before later.